Yeah, a lot of guys are going to stop there. Most of the guys are going to worship a woman because they've been conditioned to worship a woman. They'll never get that woman. Some guys are going to get that woman. Most likely, if it's their first relationship with something, she'll eventually dump him to jump to a better guy who's got more access to more resources. And that guy is now most likely going to become hard. He's going to harden himself. Because he got hurt. He doesn't necessarily know why. He doesn't necessarily want to acknowledge it because that would be being weak. I understand. He doesn't want to be like those bitches at home. So you got to keep going. So you start to harden yourself. And then you start to add elements to your persona. And you become a player, which is celebrated in so-called urban culture. You're a player. That's it. Player means there's a game. And it means there's at least two people playing. Or two teams. You and another team. So that means you're a player. You're team man. And let's say you're heterosexual. She's team woman. And your game is to play her and win. And guess what she's doing? Exactly the same. So how is it that you go in an arena, in a battle, so you're presuming that a relationship with a woman is war. That's what you're saying. That's where you're going at. Your relationship for you with women is warfare. Who will take from the other and win? So at some point you get tired of this. Both get tired of this. I don't want to play no more. This is a mess. But wait. The question is, well, is a relationship with a woman supposed to be war? Is that what a relationship is? Is a woman and a man, are they supposed to be at war against one another? And are they supposed to steal from one another? Is that what it is? Is that what relationships are about? Well, you can say whatever you want, but this is what relationships, for the most part, dare I say, are all about. Well, that's fucked up. Clearly, there's no space for love. And when I speak of love, I ain't no hippie, I ain't a new ager, and I'm not romanticizing love. I'm talking about a place where you can relax, feel yourself, feel the other person, and feel a connection. Without drugs and without rubbing your chakras. A genuine appreciation and connection to another human being. Well, there's clearly no room for that. You're a player. A player doesn't put down his guard, and when they do, they're scared because you're weak. That's why you're a player. I've been a player. I know exactly what it is. I was good at play. I even had like quotes and sentences that I would prepare to say to the girl. Like I'm a moron. Like I'm in a movie. I'm like in a rap video alone. Then I tell it to my friends and we laugh. I had this one I'm going to share with you for fun. I was so proud of myself. I love my weed. No, it's not that. Okay, so we went to some kind of bar. I'm with this girl. She had a beautiful, gorgeous piece of ass. It was lovely. I like asses in case you haven't noticed. Wow, what a thing. Wow, what a phenomenal gift from God. And I'm like in my father's car, of course, because I don't own a car. And I'm going to munch on her ass. It's maybe 3 a.m. And I'm like a little stressed because, of course, my friends didn't necessarily get with girls. And that means they're going to go to the soup and smoke the weed. And that's the time where you can't just go buy the weed. It's not legal. And we don't have so much weed because we're not so rich and we're not pushers yet. And right? So I'm like, yo, they're going to smoke weed, man. So I'm like waiting for my moment. So I have my little cell phone and I'm waiting for the call, right? And I had it all made up in my head. It's like a commercial. And I get the call. I'm like, ding, now I'm on. Because there ain't nothing that turned me on more than weed at the time. So I say, okay, you got to go. Her ass is right there, right there. She's going to be munched on in a second. I'm not even joking. And I stop right there. I said, you got to go now. And like, she's, of course, like, she doesn't understand. She's confused. She feels rejected. Is something wrong with my ass? Does it smell bad? And I look at her like this and I say, priorities. I was so proud of myself with that one. Maybe you don't get it. I'm not delivering it as it was, but it was. Try to put yourself. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, boys and weed, priorities. You wait. Now she's like, wow, that's player shit. And I made it up, but I'm like proud of myself. You should have seen how she was after that. She was like a little kitten with me, man. She was like, just like, right? You just like train her. This is just like a rehearsed thing, and this is a persona. I did really want to smoke the pot, and I enjoyed smoking weed more than being with a girl. Let's be honest. Combining both was optimal, but it wasn't possible at the moment because I'm not bringing the bitch with the guys and we smoking. So anyways, this is just a small sentence. The point is, it's bullshit. You put down your player shit, you're just an insecure little boy. That's why you hold on the facade, and you know that the girl, if you show a little bit of insecurity, which you call vulnerability is being honest. Okay, so that's how I define vulnerability. Weakness and insecurity comes from a weakness in your nervous system. It's literal. And if you present that, you know she's gonna fucking come at it right away. She can't help herself. It's her nature. She's gonna come at it and poke at you and poke at you and poke at you and poke at you from angles that you don't even understand. And next thing you know, you are on your knees singing a Boys to Men song. You're down on bended knees. You're that guy. You can't help yourself. You're like, I don't know what happened. I was a player and here I am. Like all these athletes, it's all simps. All simps. You're like, what? I don't understand. Like you're the superhero and then here you are. Now you're proud. You're like, what the fuck is going on? That's it. You're a little boy. This is the truth. So that's why you're a player. And the same goes for the girl. Girls play a different way, of course. Each girl has her style. And she coming at you, and the more they've gotten quote unquote played, and the more they slut themselves, meaning they sleep around, the more like they develop a style and an approach. And the heart is hard. Everybody's there to steal from one another, and that's the essence of a man and woman relationship at this time for the most part. There's no love. It's not about connection. It's about stealing. And what the fuck does she want to steal, and what the fuck do you want to steal? I'll tell you. You want to steal her sexual power, and she want to steal your sexual power. Because as we said, sexual power, well, is the currency. She want to steal your power, and she will. Because she's better at you at this game. Because she operates at a realm that you don't even know. And the fact that you like to pretend that you know annoys me. Anyways, all this to say, so that's the game. So if you're a sensitive cat, meaning you're aware of what's happening within yourself, and you understand that although my facade may work, anyways, I had a bunch of facades, and my facades was holding well, but I also hang out with older women. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm talking about older women. I'm not talking about like 70-year-old women. I'm talking about a woman who's older. When you're like 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and she's in her 30s, and she's been around, and she want to hang out with you because she's like, you know exactly what she wants. She's fiending for some young semen power, right? She's seen it. This is a whole other conversation I'm going to have with you, but this is the introduction to it. I said, you can see she can see through your. She's not like an 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 22-year-old. She's an idiot. Doesn't know nothing. She's just, oh my God, he's got big abs. Yeah, I'm in a video. Right? No. She's been around, and she can look straight through you with her cold heart, and she's like, food. But the fact that she can see through it, because I've lived this, I'm like, whoa, this doesn't work. She still wants the dick though, because she's a drug addict. She needs some young blood to nourish her lifestyle. Yeah. I'm like, these are secrets. She needs to nourish herself and her lifestyle. But she saw that you're clearly a young man and you're a player and you can't outplay her and you're insecure. So anyways, if you're smart and you're a sensitive individual, sensitive means sensible, you realize this is not a sustainable strategy, even though you can sustain it all your life. It's not going to give you what you want. And more importantly, the relationship with women are supposed to be enjoyable. Not just the moment where you ejaculate on her. There's supposed to be a collaboration. It seems that this is like disappeared from conversation. It's actually supposed to be a collaboration between he and she. And that collaboration is a creative collaboration. Not just fucking or ejaculating or making her orgasm. Like, right? Or sharing vacation time by the Riviera. I'm like, It's supposed to be a collaborative process, which is not the same as collaborating with men. Gone from the lexicon. Sex is superficial. For the most part, it's boring as fuck. Most of the time, you're drunk or high. Can't be in an intimate relationship because you feel bad about yourself. You don't want to be exposed. You don't want to be affected by the girl because she'll affect you. So you want to be numb. And so does she. And then these two creatures meet. What an awkward moment. Possessed by fucking entities, manipulating them like fucking Pinocchio. Eating each other's fucking shit. This is like a sexual encounter. It sucks. No wonder people don't want to date no more. No wonder people would rather stay at home and masturbate, men or women. Because it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. You know it sucks. I know it sucks. Everybody knows it sucks. But this is the only thing that your average person can handle if they qualify. Because nowadays, not everybody qualifies for these hookups. And it sucks, but you'll take it because you can't handle anything else. And you don't want to stop for 2 seconds and wonder and say, what the hell is going on with me? Like, don't you feel like an idiot? Don't you feel like a drug addict? You put on your makeup and your fucking persona, and then you're going to go, and then you're going to drink, and then you're going to be that idiot like a fucking hunter. No self-respect. You're going to hunt to try to get like Bambi. I'm going to bang that whore. And then you're going to take that person, which is an entire human being, remember? Try to pretend it's your sister. I don't want to give you a Buddhist exercise, but damn, I kind of am. Pretend this is your sister for 2 seconds. It's not going to go too far. Like, you know your sister. You know all the stuff that she's gone through, relationship with dad, mom, you, other brother if you have one, your doggy, her friends, her girlfriends, all her story, her difficulties, her challenges. You saw her grow up from a little innocent girl to a girl now has to go to high school and survive in that psychopathic environment, and then she becomes right? It's a person with all that profundity that is at the club, is now presenting a facade, and some other guy is interacting with her like she's a fucking doll. This is your sister. Is your sister a doll? Is she not a person? Does she not have like a heart? Sensitivity? Is there not a human somewhere there? No. She's a doll, and some fucking asshole is going to treat her like a doll. And she will accept to be treated like a doll because she sees herself as a doll, and because she doesn't want to deal with everything that she is because it's complex. She doesn't know how to navigate through it. It hurts her, so she's going to just superficialize herself so that she can go also on the hunt. Do not think she's an easy prey. She plays the easy prey. You're dumb. You don't know about it. Or maybe you do, and if you do, good. Right? She's playing the little prey on her high heels with little tits, and she looks like a little easy. If you're in the jungle and you see this deer walking on high heels, like this is the easiest catch ever. This is what she's playing. Innocent, vulnerable, and weak. And her power is to say, I'm not talking to you because you're not man enough, or I'm going to talk to you now. Nah. This is a hunt, and she's playing too, and her level of game is at a whole other level, my friend. So the point is, you go out and this is how you behave. Now I understand, when you got an itch, you got an itch. You got to do what you got to do. But isn't the routine of it kind of like disgusting? Don't you get to a point where you're just like, I'm disgusting. I don't mind that you bang multiple holes. That's not what makes you disgusting. It's the mind state. It's the desperation. It's the lack of containment, the lack of self-restraint and self-respect and self-love that you go down and put it outside, and then you treat a person like she's a fucking doll. Now, if she wants to be a doll, she can be a doll. I don't give a fuck if she thinks she's a doll. I don't treat you like a doll because you're not a doll. First rule of manhood, I'm sharing with you. Respect. She acts like a doll. Is she a doll? She's not. So why are you treating her like a doll? Because you just want to get laid, you just want to ejaculate. So great. You've disrespected yourself and you disrespected her, and you disqualified yourself from manhood in the first place. That's what you don't understand. I got to make my point clear today. Today is going to be that day where I'm making that point clear. Your behavior with her, treating her like a doll, has disqualified you from manhood status. Manhood status is not determined by the superficial persona. This is what superficial personas do not determine the reality. In depth, in the case of the woman, it's the womb that determines your manhood. You just treat her like a doll. Even though she may not harmonize herself with her deeper intelligence, and she decides that she needs to get her drugs at the surface, like a drug addict. Her womb, she's a woman, is always on even if it's half off. Has disqualified you from manhood because you don't understand the nature of woman, and you just treated her like a piece of meat, like a stupid Bambi doll on which you want to ejaculate. And that's a man? That's a man. You are the man. You are the man with all the women, and you don't even have that basic understanding of sexuality and that basic level of sexual mastership. I'm not talking about pretending to be a monk. I'm not trying to pretend that you didn't see the girl and you don't find her hot. No, I'm not pretending any of that shit. I'm like self-respect. I do not want to mix my energy with a random girl that I do not know if I want to interact. I don't want to mix my energy with you. Right? Let's say it's a girl, right? Look at what's her past? You don't fucking know. Yeah, but you know that past is in her vibration, it's in her sweat, it's in her hormones, it's in her cells, it's in her pussy juice, and you gonna stick a dick in there? And you think this has got no side effects, you fucking moron? I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to tell you off because you're an idiot. You think there's no side effects. No, you the man, you just banged her and came and that's it. It doesn't come with a cost, right? Because this stuff doesn't exist, of course. That's why I laugh at you. I have to laugh at you. I bet you take bubble baths. That's not my sentence. That's all I got to say. So I don't know how we got to this, but we got to it. The point of what I'm trying to say is there's a minimal self-respect that a man has to grow for himself, where you see yourself as a valuable person, and that you start to understand that your sexual power is the most important fucking asset on earth. You don't just squander it and give it to unworthy people, unqualified people, because you're horny like a fucking moron. It's like opening your window and like throwing your money out. Some rich people, idiots, they do that because they're dumb, right? They don't respect. It's the same, but worse, because money is fake. It's fake power, fake money, fake everything. Your masculine power and your semen power, it's nature power. And here you are, squandering it. Clearly you have no sense of what sexuality is. You have clear no sense of how your physiology works. You have clearly no sense of what health is. You clearly have no sense of the power of your semen and how it interacts with a woman. With all due respect, you're lost. If I was in your position, I want to learn. Learn instead of behaving like a moron and thinking that you the man, systematically disqualifying you in front of a woman who acts like you the man because she wants to suck from you, dude. She a crack fiend. She a junkie. She need it. It's not because she taking it that she respects you. It's not because she behaves on the surface like she respects you that she's respecting you. No, she's not respecting you at the womb level, which is the woman level, because you're not the man. What kind of man behaves like this? What kind of person in a position of authority behaves like a spoiled wannabe gangster? Food for thought.